Hi, my name is Brandon Gray. I am the product support engineer for SystemLink, and today we are going to be going over installing and configuring your SystemLink web server for first-time use. And so before we can get started, we're going to need to make sure that the SystemLink server software is downloaded on your computer. And the way you do that is by using NI Package Manager. If you don't already have NI Package Manager installed, I will go ahead and include the download link for Package Manager in the video description. But once we have Package Manager open, we can search for SystemLink using the search bar in the upper right-hand corner. And when you search for SystemLink, you should see two different options. You'll see the SystemLink client as well as the SystemLink server. And since today we're going to be going over the SystemLink server first time use and setup, we'll use the SystemLink server option. And to install, just click install. Once you've installed the SystemLink web server on your system, the next step is to configure that web server. And so to do that, we'll go ahead and open up the NI web server configuration. Upon the first time opening the NI web server configuration, you'll be greeted with the NI web server guided setup. And so this is what we're going to use to kind of get up and running pretty quickly. Here you see you have a couple of different profiles to choose from. These profiles kind of align to the different use cases that we see SystemLink being used. And so one good profile to kind of start and get familiar with SystemLink and kind of get it up and running pretty quickly is the insecure remote access. And I'm actually going to be using the insecure remote access because I'm hosting this server on my internal private network. I'm not as worried at this moment about it being attacked or anything like that. So this is a really good way to get up and running, get familiar with SystemLink, maybe do some initial configuration before going back later and setting up this SystemLink web server to match your security requirements. So after that, it'll actually prompt me for a password. So I'll go ahead and enter a password. This password will be used to log into the default admin account. And so you'll actually have the ability to later go back and add user profiles, but this will be for the admin account for the initial configuration. Here it's going to ask for an HTTP port. I'm going to go ahead and stick with the default of 80. And then at the end, it kind of displays a configuration summary. And so once I am finished with the NI web server guided setup, it restarts my web server and it will actually open up the NI web server configuration utility as you'll kind of see it and use it from here on. And so this is the utility that you'll use if you want to go back and change any of the settings that the guided setup changed for you. If you have specific security settings, here you can kind of see the different permissions that we have assigned to different profiles. You'll have the ability to introduce different roles and what they can do, set up authentication, use HTTPS, as well as change any different remote access settings, or this last tab just allows you to either disable the web server or restart the web server. Here is the summary tab, and in the summary tab it gives us a little bit of the configuration settings, like what port it's hosted on, as well as the URL that's being used. And so if we're ready to open up our SystemLink web application, we can either click on the URL that's listed in this this page, or you can actually open up the SystemLink web application desktop application, and it will open up your SystemLink web application in your default browser. And so here is our login screen for SystemLink. I'll go ahead and use the default admin account and then use the password that I set during the guided setup. And once you log in, you'll be greeted with the SystemLink web application dashboard. And so here are the different web apps, and it gives you the different options you have to use SystemLink. And in a couple of other videos, we're going to go over what each of these does and how to use each of these. But I hope this video was helpful in getting you up and running just so that you can start experimenting with SystemLink and see if it's a good fit for you. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.